योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम
राम राम राम
राम
राम
राम राम
राम राम राम
राम हरि योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत
कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत
कुमार,
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
राम 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 राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
राम 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 योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
राम 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 योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार योगीराम सूरज कुमार जय गुरु राया
राम 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 Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama 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 Ram Rama Rama Ram Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार योगीराम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार 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 जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया योगी राम सूरत कुमार योगी राम सूरत कुमार भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। Thanking Bhagavan heartily for this great fortune of Namasankirtan in this auspicious evening twilight hour, the hour meant for worship of God, which bears enormous fruit. We have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan with deep gratitude. And today, we shall share one more aspect of sadhana. I came across a story which tells very clearly what we think of ourselves and how we judge others. Always, even a little effort, somehow we think we are beyond any fault. At the same time, very quickly, we are ready to jump to conclusions about others and we find fault with it. But this is a story which tells you to be very careful when you judge yourself. Leave alone others. Bhagavan often said, which you find reference in Agaram Jayaraman's diary. He says, why? Why do you people find fault with others and fight? Find out what is inside you, your own faults, and you quarrel within you until you get over all that. Instead of picking up quarrels outside, finding fault with other people. So it is time we examined ourselves to look inside what unwanted things are there, how evolved we ourselves are before jumping to conclusions about others. Here is a story which is at once humorous and instructive. Once again, we go back to this monastery in the forest of Thailand. There was a young monk, very earnest and sincere in his sadhana, and he was also inspired to go ahead fast to reach that level of union with God. Very fine. This is how it should be. In all his earnestness, he took permission, a special permission from the head of the monastery for going into an island to be alone to do his meditation for 3 years. The Matathipati, the head of the monastery, gave permission readily. So this young monk, he went into the forest and fasting and keeping himself in silence, he began to meditate, and he, most of the time, spent in the sadhana, and 3 years passed, at the end of which he felt very sure that he had overcome all his defects, like fear, anger, jealousy, self-pride, sorrow, and desires, growing desires. He thought he was free from all that he had reached a certain level. where he could no more be affected by, he could no more be swayed by the storms of these emotions. He felt he had attained a state of silence. Now, when we come to such feeling, we should also examine whether it is true state of or being, whether we have really come into the state of real silence, or it's only a lulled silence. Now, this man, this young monk, was very sure he had attained a great state of silence. He wrote in the form of a poem to the head of the monastery to say that he had reached this level. The four storms, the storm of anger, the storm of fear, the storm of jealousy, the storm of self-pride. And of course, behind it all, the storm of desire. Said that he had attained a certain victory over them and that he was free. Could he return to the monastery now that he has achieved what he wanted? And then he was waiting for a reply. For some time, it just didn't come. He waited. And finally, one day, the postman arrived, this island a little far away. The postman handed over the reply from the head of the monastery. Now here is our young monk thinking that it should be all appreciation from the head of the monastery, the head monk. He opened it, and to his horror and great disappointment, he found in the handwriting of the head monk rubbish, written free from desire, rubbish, free from anger, rubbish, free from fear, rubbish. So it was rubbish all through. Now suddenly, this young monk didn't expect it. He flared up. He decided he would prove his silence, prove his higher state of silence to the head monk. Immediately, with great speed, he acted. He called for a boat, crossed the ocean to the other island, the forest where the monastery was, and finally managed to reach the head monk. He stood before him and said, "How could you write rubbish after my hard work for 3 years, meditation day after day after day? I had reached this level where I know I am free from all this. How could you write rubbish?" He almost screamed, poor monk, forgetting that he was violating his own statement. The head monk listened to the whole thing patiently and he said, "You see, I forgot to mention that at the end of the letter, the young monk, when he wrote to the head of the monastery, stating that he was free from fear, anger, jealousy and whatnot, he had added that he had become, his mind, his heart has become like a mountain and nothing could move this mountain, like our Arunachala." This was his final statement. Now the head monk, after listening to the screaming of the young monk, he said, "My dear young monk, you have written your letter that nothing could move you. You are like a mountain. Nothing could move you at all. No storm of any of these emotions could move you. But then I find it curious, strange, that you have taken a boat, crossed this ocean, and come to this place. What has moved you now? Now suddenly the young monk realized his own stupidity, his own rushing into conclusions before it finds testimony. So you see, we have our own opinion about ourselves and we are very sure of it. And that is when we begin to find faults with other people and scream and shout. So Yogiji said, instead of picking up quarrels with people outside, find your own faults inside and you fight with them. You fight it out. So let's remember this. Let us not rush into very happy conclusions about ourselves before we find testimony to it. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan with a hope and faith that any prayer offered at the lotus feet of Bhagavan here in this powerful shrine will be realized sooner or later as per the will of our Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you, for that's all we can do, and we beg you 1,000,000 times for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to this world, today's world, in all aspects of life. There is so much violence everywhere and growing enmity between people and countries and countries, and already leading to the war situation. The war is going on with all its evil consequences. And there is the attack of new diseases. Not to mention the furies of nature, the violence of nature. The forest fire, flash floods, the earthquake, and whatnot. Only you, the cosmic controller, can do something about it or can do everything about it. You can establish peace, harmony, order where there is chaos, and growing friendship and brotherhood with mutual understanding and help among people, no matter what religion they belong to, what country they belong to, what language they speak. And of course, an effective control over the diseases and the violence of nature. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again to uproot all the negativities of the human mind that are responsible for today's world of violence. We also beg you to reach out to all those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world, irrespective of their language, religion, and the community they belong to, unable to find help or protection. We beg you again and again to reach out to them and do the needful. We also beg you, on behalf of all those unselfish people who have been working hard for the sake of the others, please protect them from unhealthy criticisms and blocks in their way and the aspersion cast upon them. We beg you again to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity to reach its very heights so that it becomes the Vishwaguru, conducting the whole world in the path of dharma. And Bhagavan, we pray in all earnestness and sincerity for unceasing chanting of your powerful name, an unbroken remembrance of your Leelas and teachings, so that we will be able to imbibe them as much as we can, and that would express naturally in our actions. We beg you again to bless us to be sattvic instruments in your hands. We know that everybody is only an instrument in your hand because it's you who have become the whole cosmos. You are playing the role of every creature in the cosmos, which include the Homo sapiens. Everything is only a role play, but little do we realize this. And yet, some of us know that we are only instruments, but then we don't want to be bad instruments. We don't want to be Rakshasas and Rakshasis. We want to be sattvic instruments in your hands, doing your bidding, and run our everyday life as an offering to you. Bhagwan, you have to bless us to be free from the clutches of Maya, not to be tempted by the snares of Maya. We beg you to bless us with that ultimate state of being, ultimate state of bliss and peace, but then we need to be purified. We take refuge in your powerful Nama and in ceaseless chanting of that. And we take refuge in the joyful service without any jealousy or unhealthy competition, and that in the spirit of surrender to you. And of course, we also have to practice acceptance. Acceptance of what? Whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow, they are bound to come up, they are bound to alternate according to our past karmas, and yet they come from you. And whatever comes from you can only be a definite blessing, and that should be meant for our spiritual growth, for our closer kinship with you. So, Bhagwan, please bless us to practice it effectively, so that as we get more and more purified, we will be able to detect your pulsating, living, vibrant presence everywhere in everything. Please bless us, enable us to see your sankalpa in every happening of life and the world. And more importantly, to be able to detect that hidden grace even in the most disastrous experiences of life. When we are surrounded by extreme suffering, agony, when we are grief-stricken, we begin to resent you, and we begin to blame others for our own failures, little realizing this is what we have invited ourselves by our own past actions. But then you, out of your great love and generosity, keeps us close to you, still at your feet, and convert all our difficulties, sufferings into great blessings as per your promise. So please bless us to be grateful to you all the time, even for the adversities of life. And Bhagwan, we beg you again, for the sake of all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we who have been finding only solutions to our problems which come up endlessly in the ocean of samsara, seek dissolution of the cycle of births and deaths, freedom from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, for which we need to be free from the tyranny of the ego, from the rule of I and mine, so that we be blessed with the immortal life, the eternal living, and eternal servitude to you, that supreme power that rules the entire cosmos from eternity to eternity. Jai Yogi Ram Sarit Kumar.